Yeah.
So the back four was like Edwards, Danny Simpson was 2 out of the 4, right?
Yeah. Mate, there was a thing.
There was someone playing. There was like a fullback playing centre half, wasn't there?
Yeah. It was proper random.
Well, there wasn't a Richie Delatte involved, was there?
I don't. Do you know what? Now, there might have been.
There was a guy that I'd never heard of playing in one of the spots, I think.
Yeah.
But like Danny Simpson was playing left back, I think.
Yeah, Danny
So
Simpson's
there was another
there.
right back involved. So who was the other right back? Was it Raphael?
No, it was. I think the other right back might have been someone who's never played for us. It was
Valencia not playing right back?
I tell you what, Valencia might be there. There was 2 players that never played for us.
Right.
But I think the back four. So you got Silvestre there.
Sylvester, he was playing centre half.
Yeah. So you've got Silvestre. You've got. No, there's another one as well that I don't recognise. You've got Danny Simpson. You've got Valencia. You've got.
Park play.
I don't think Park did play. I can't see him on the picture. Oh, I know who else was the centre back. Yeah, we'll get into it in a minute.
Was it a not United player?
No, there's not a. It was a non-United player. Yeah, because that was so random. I didn't even realise that we're on. Not that it matters because that's just how we roll. Also, I need a favour because I have proper ran out of things to watch. I can't keep watching the same things that I'm watching all the time.
Yeah, but you watch like Love Island and that.
No, I don't.
Have you watched Yellowstone yet?
No. Is that? Can I? Is that something I can watch with my missus, my better half?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Because we need something we can watch together. Because I refuse to watch I'm a Celebrity.
You've got Yellowstone, but then you've got the spin-offs, and the spin-offs have got like Harrison Ford in them.
Shut up.
What's my guy called who always plays the mustache cowboy fella? Sam Elliott. He's in it. He's in one of them.
Right.
Helen Mirren's in one. Jay, it's outrageously.
Is this 1912 whatever it's called?
So you got Kevin Costner in the main bit.
Yeah.
Jay. Fuck Dances with Wolves in the arse.
Yeah.
Right? Fuck Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
No one cares.
No.
Fuck
Baseball, it's not even a proper sport.
Robin Hood. Right?
Robin Hood didn't have an American accent. And also, like, what religion is Morgan Freeman again in that film? Someone clear that one up for me.
Is he not Muslim?
Well, if he is, there's a few errors in the...
Don't worry about that. That's Hollywood. It's Hollywood, isn't it?
in the way they portrayed him.
Anyway, so Yellowstone is Kevin Costner's best work.
Really?
100 mile an hour.
I'm going to say one thing to you, Stephen. Yeah? 2 letters. JFK.
It's better than JFK.
Right, okay.
You're going to fall in love with his character
That's
more.
That's a big statement,
than
that kid.
What JFK was probably his second best work.
Right, okay, yeah. Because JFK is nonsense as well, a lot of that film, in terms of historical accuracy, but it's a mint film.
Yeah, it's a great film.
Yeah, he's quality in it as well.
What I would say is, so there's a bit of a meme going around, and shout out if you've actually come across this meme. There is season 1 of watching Yellowstone, and you're going to be dressed like J.F. Eccles, right?
Yes.
Season 2, you might wear jeans and a jean shirt.
Right.
Season 3, you might have found yourself some cowboy boots just for sitting around the house. Season 4, you're going to be dressed like the character called Rip in it, right?
Rip.
Right,
I'm taking a mental note of this.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Shout out anyone who's watched Yellowstone in the comments, talk to me.
Right.
I was
involved.
Googling ranches in Montana, and I was thinking, I could get out there.
I don't like it when I walk in on you Googling things. Nothing seedy, by the way, but you start Googling things and you know, like, emptying your bank account.
Jay, here's what I'm thinking, right?
Go on.
Everyone eats beef. I'm there for it, right?
Yeah.
They've all got guns.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I ain't got to talk to any cunt.
This sounds like this sounds like heaven for you.
Right. So when you realise that's what Yellowstone's... So it's do you know what it is? It's Sopranos with a cowboy hat.
Mate, don't tell me that, right? Because that is...
anyone who's watched it, please talk to me in the comments. Is that an accurate description of what...
Because I don't mind a Western. Unforgiven is one of my favourite films.
It's not a Western in the slightest. It touches on... So, Sam Sheridan, I think it's Sam Sheridan, is... he's in Dexter. He's the cop in Dexter.
Right, okay.
But he's actually like a... He's so underutilized. Because 1, he's a good actor. 2, he's like an amazing producer. But he's from like the Midwest in America, and he makes all of these films and shit that pays homage to the roots of that. Like, so he gets real people in. So like they're doing stuff, not just like funky rodeo stuff. They're doing like legit stuff that you're gonna really fucking like. They're like people who are in the know go, oh, that was good.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I like a bit of a authenticity. Yeah, you need a bit of that. That's you're big on that, aren't you? With your war films, you don't like it when it's like just completely far-fetched nonsense.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And he's nailed everything that everyone's doing in the West. And I think he's ended up buying one of the ranches that's in the series.
Really?
Yeah.
The old Patrick Swayze did that. Then he bought a ranch, lived on a ranch.
Yeah, this ranch is different gravy though. You're talking like thousands of people work on this ranch.
Really?
It's just such an enormous
Ain't it mad
business.
how much land there is in America?
It's mad how much land there is in Yellowstone. In
Really?
that thing, yeah. It's like 200,000 acres or something like
That's
that.
what I mean. That's ridiculous.
Acres.
That's like Britain.
I think I worked out it was like bigger than Greater Manchester was this guy.
Seriously. Loads of people feeling this. David Roberts says, watch all seasons of Yellowstone and the spin-offs. Colin Coupleditch says, Yellowstone is ace, but that scene when Beth gets assaulted is harrowing stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's dark. There's some dark bits in it, yeah.
Yeah, we like a bit of darkness, though, don't we? Wesley Revens says, Waterworld. Get out.
Fun film, though.
What, Waterworld?
Give us the paper.
Isn't it like a fish in that?
Sort of.
He's got like gills and that.
He's evolved, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's actually not that bad, Waterworld. It's just not worth the money it took to bankrupt the studio. NC says, watch Colin from Accounts. I've watched that. Pretty funny. Yeah, that is good.
I haven't seen Dead Man Walking yet.
Mate.
And it's been coming up on my...
Dead Man's Shoes.
Dead Man's Shoes. Yeah, it's been coming up on I've seen it's been getting like a lot of mad rave reviews and stuff and people... There's something in the ending, is there? Or something?
Yes. Don't... Right. I'm going to say this now, right? Don't anyone spoil the ending for Steve because he's not seen it. Seriously. If you do, then that's it. We're cancelling the brew forever. Glenn says, I'm freezing my ass off. Yes, it has been cold today. Do you know that Ethan did diagnose me before?
Diagnosed you?
Yeah. No, I know this sounds like I'm having an acid flashback or I've been back on the drugs, but I was moaning this morning when we was filming the news outside Old Trafford that my hands were cold. And Ethan, he diagnosed me with what's wrong with me, didn't you, Ethan? Ray, go on, tell Stephen what you said. Raynaud's syndrome, he said. And I thought, shut up.
Oh, it's just fucking cold, Ethan.
Don't spoil it with your logic and evidence, right? He cured me. He's like Jesus Christ.
So what's Raynaud's?
Raynaud's syndrome is where your hands get very cold because of a sort of issues around circulation, and apparently 4% of the population suffer from it.
Right. Do you know what else that people's
mainly
hands
prominent
get cold?
in women.
Right.
That we did find out when we googled it, but it's not exclusive.
So the fact it was like 3 degrees this morning, nothing to do with it. It was just that there's a syndrome.
No, it was Ethan diagnosed me with this serious syndrome that I've got that I'm probably going to have to take tablets for.
I went to take Blake to school wearing this shirt. I stepped outside the house and went, absolutely fucking not. Oh my God, what's happened overnight?
Are you one of those that feels a cold?
Yeah, I volunteered to go to Iraq because I was sick of the cold in December.
Really?
Yeah.
That was the motivating factor?
Yeah.
Right, you said, I'll go.
I'd rather go to war than be in the cold.
Do you know what? That is dedication to staying warm, that. Because I hate the cold, but I ain't going to Iraq to avoid it.
Like, listen, it's going to be like 44, 45 degrees in Iraq. You sold me already. Like, you are going to get rocketed. It's not cold, though, is it?
You do realise that, you remember when you went on holiday to Malia? You could have just worked in Malia like I did. You didn't have to go to war.
Yeah, but the violence.
All right, fair enough. Do you know what I mean? It's not just that, is it? Do you know what I mean? The warmth, that's not even a word. The warmth was a bonus. Oh, yeah, it's Taylor Sheridan,
Taylor Sheridan, sorry, not Sam Sheridan. Who's Sam Sheridan?
Someone you went to school with. Sam Sheridan, I don't feel like that is Taylor Sheridan. Sam Sheridan, I'll Google it. Oh, no, sorry, it's an author. Oh, you all cerebral.
I bet it's nothing I've read, though.
No.
I bet I've just mixed up 2 words.
Right, yeah, okay. He's a Harvard graduate, Sam Sheridan, and the author of the books The Disaster Diaries, A Fighter's Heart and a Fighter's Mind. Oh, actually, you might know him. He's been a boxer, mixed martial artist, a sailor,
I might have read that, actually.
a cowboy, and a merchant marine. He's been a busy lad, Sam Sheridan.
I've read the Fighter's Mind one. It was about 10 years ago, I reckon I probably did.
You do read quite a lot, don't you? But I don't think you'll ever top the book that was written on Ralph Rangnick. That's my favourite book of all time.
No, actually, the book on Ralph Rangnick has inspired me to go into authoring.
I think it could. Do you know what? That is good. You looked at it, you thought.
Because I used to think you had to be like good at English and that.
No, do you? You don't have to be good at English. You don't have to have any knowledge around the subject that you're covering. You don't have to have a font that fits the page. You don't have to have a blurb where you close the quotes to open it or a point. You don't even have to have a title that is grammatically accurate. You can just put a load of words together. You know, one of them where you go like, you're quite hot on this. Like when you think Chat GPT has wrote this.
Yeah.
Ronnie, you've got in Ronnie's head as well. He keeps saying it. And I started saying it now. Like, I replied to someone with an email. Someone had written something, and I replied. I was like, "Did Chat GPT write this?" Like, no. And he's always saying it like, "Have you seen that tweet? It looks like the thing you wrote it." But it wasn't even that good, because if Chat GPT or whatever writes it for you, then it's going to be at least a little bit accurate. That was just nonsense. That
well, do you know what? So Chat GPT, for those who aren't,
sorry, go on.
We've been sort of like, I ask it to do all sorts, to be honest. So like any question that you would Google now, I don't Google it and I ask it straight to ChatGPT.
You're getting your money's worth out of this £4.99 or whatever it is.
Yeah, like I think it's a real good fucking tool, especially when if you're writing a description for YouTube, you go, give us a keyword rich description that covers fucking them 3 things, and it goes bosh. Because like I put that much content out every day, like my brain gets fried, and I'm just like.
Do you ever forget what you've done?
Sometimes.
Like, I know that sounds like, I know we're only in our 40s, well, almost in our 40s, one of us. But I think, have I done this before? Have we done this video already? You're like, oh, actually, yeah, we have shit. We'll have to do something else.
We've just been trying to come up with a title for Ed's Gone. And I haven't, like, another person in the group is going, well, what did you talk about? And I go, I don't even know.
It's mad, that, innit?
I have no idea what we talk about.
It scares me. Sometimes I watch, you talk about watching shows and stuff. I watch films and shows that I know I have seen before for a fact, and I can't remember any of it.
I don't get that often, but I do get some stuff where I can just enjoy it again.
Yeah, I'm like...
Blank slate?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I've been watching Veep recently, and I've seen all the Veep before.
There was a film that long ago. I got all the way to the end and went, oh, I've seen this. But right at the end, I know what's going to happen here now. But it's shit that I knew I'd seen, and then when you watch it like 20 years later, it is a brand new film.
Yeah.
Do you like American Beauty?
Class film now. I could watch that again because I've not seen that since it probably came out.
Well, there you go. So I was like, I definitely watched this. Was it like 97, 98, 99, maybe something like that?
Yeah.
I definitely watched it around about then. I don't think I've watched it since. But you go, I've seen that. When it comes up and suggested, I've seen that. And then I thought, fuck it, Joe. I remember it's pretty good. Wow. Do you want to see the old school TVs in it?
Yeah.
The computers on it. Oh, a bit mind blowing.
Because even like
good film though.
Up to quite recently, they have old school TVs and stuff, don't they? Because you look at it, you think, wow, look at the size of that telly. Because up to, what is it, probably about 5-6 years ago, we're saying? Maybe a bit longer.
I think that's really started about 2008, 9.
Yeah, then when you started going proper flat screen. But yeah, whenever I watch something, and Blackberries as well. When you're watching something and it's everyone's got a Blackberry, and you think no one has a Blackberry anymore, do they?
Yeah, them and Nokia really dropped the ball.
They did, didn't they? I can't believe how badly BlackBerry dropped it. Because like there was a spell where literally everyone had a BlackBerry.
But do you know what? It was the App Store. Like Apple put money into having good apps and kept the bar really high for your app.
Yeah.
So your app couldn't be shit and be on there. There was like, absolutely not. It doesn't meet our standard. And because of that, then people trusted the apps because your phone is your apps.
Yeah.
Like the phone is run on apps. So like otherwise, what do they supply you with? Now there's obviously a little bit more to it, but when it came out, it was like there's how to send a text message and ring someone. Everything else came by other developers, third-party developers. So keeping the bar high for your apps was the best thing they could have done. BlackBerry never had any fucking apps. You know what I mean?
You need like you talk about that. Everything you do now, it's get the app in it. I was paying my car insurance earlier, and it's like get the app to sort your car insurance. I was like, what? Can't I just you've got me down.
The weirdest thing you've got for an app is.
Are we allowed to say it? I don't know, Steve. Maybe just show me before you say it out loud. So yeah, get involved in the comments. Let us know your strangest app. Keep it clean. Because I do go through these little stages.
Of boring work ones, so I'm going to be honest with you. There's not a lot weird on here.
Yeah, mine...
Twitter's a weird app. That's probably my weirdest one.
That is weird. As anyone who might have seen our Twitter will know, I've got my shares app where I can monitor me $18 worth of United shares. Admiral, that's me. Well, other car insurers are available. That's the one I've just downloaded. Chess. I went through a chess stage. That's on there.
A chess stage?
Oh, the one that you won't like, the Love Island app. I've got that, but I've stopped watching it now. Sorry. God. I know. I'm sorry. And also, why is it for every supermarket you go to, if you don't have their app, you're missing out? Like, I've got apps for supermarkets I've been in once, because if I didn't have the app, then I was going to have to pay more for what I was buying. It's like you've got to download the app and then scan that, and then you'll get some. It's not just Tesco Club Card. Everyone does it now.
I've got the Greg's app. 3/4 of the audience have just gone, we fucking knew, right?
What 50% of this podcast has gone, why have I not got that?
But we were trying to sort
disgusting.
out food for the football club, and the only way to order like platters of Greg's, which I thought would have been sensational post-match scran, was to get the app to do it. Right. And actually, we couldn't actually order it, so I've never actually used it.
I'm actually ashamed of myself because I spent some time in Ireland, which was the first place in Britain to have the drive-through Greg's, and I haven't even got the Greg's app. That is absurd. I'm just ashamed. I'm just disgusted in that. Yeah, mine are just all boring. Like, there's nothing where you go, oh, I can't believe you got that. It's all just stuff
like... it's mad, isn't it? Because when it came out, like, the first app everybody got was the one that looked like beer. So, hey, look, drinking a pint. It's not real. Here, watch it refill.
So, like the one where you could pretend that your battery was full. That app. Like, it was it was a joke thing. Like, you go, download this app and it fills your battery. And, like, you'd show it. I remember my mate showing it me, and I believed it. I was like, how do we get that? Like, that's mint. And it wasn't. It was just, like, a joke, and not a very good one as well. It was awful. But yeah, that's early doors on apps. It was just stuff like practical jokes and stuff like that. It wasn't anything like, mate. And now it's like everything. Like when we went away, like go to the airport, you need the app. Visa and all that, need the app.
I use my Apple Wallet thing quite a lot.
Do you? Oh yeah, yeah. That's another thing.
I've got some stuff.
What have you got on your Apple Wallet? So pretty man, Jay, I've stopped that about a year ago, and all that's still on there. Sub card.
He says you don't vote Tory.
Right, there was one near my uni, right, and it's one of those things as well, and I'm not dissing Pretty Man, Jay, you go whatever you want, it's up to you, but they had this thing where if you did a subscription, it was like your first month was free, and then you get like free coffees and stuff, so I thought, oh yeah, I'll get it and cancel it, and I forgot to cancel it, but it's cancelled now. Nando's app, obviously.
I got my COVID pass.
I've got my COVID pass.
And my NHS one, yeah.
Yeah, I've got that.
Ingate. Got my season ticket.
Yeah, I've got my season ticket.
Club card.
Yeah, I've got my club card.
Tesco.
Yeah.
I've got a voucher here, which I don't even remember, for Pizza Express.
Well, there we go. We'll cash that in.
I've got my Emirates Sky Rewards, which they've called Skywards.
Skywards, nice. Nicely done.
You used to be able to see all your expired ones on here. Maybe you have to go into the app for that. But I've got some stuff early doors on here. So the first thing I ever had to get like a pass for, 235 expired. Oh my God.
What? Where have you got that from? How'd you go into that?
Go into the wallet part and then it sees it. A lot of train tickets.
Yeah, mate. This is. I know this makes great telly, by the way. Just watching two middle-aged men looking at the phone, discussing which apps they don't use. But get involved. Let us know what apps you do.
The first thing I ever used it for was the Comedy Store.
Really?
Yeah, the Comedy Store was the first thing that I had, which had, I was trying to find it, can't see it, which had like a pass for a show on there. It's disappeared.
You love your comedy, you kid.
Not as much as Baggers.
But didn't you get him into it? Because Baggers used to put comedians on air, didn't he? Do you remember?
On the Brew?
Yeah, do you not remember? And you'd turn up and you go, fuck this. And I'd be like, it's Baggers' mate. Who happens? And I see some of these people on like live at the Apollo. You're like, they're actually big in the game. But he loves a comedy night out. I'm not a big fan. I'm not lying to you. I don't want to be picked on. I don't want him to be like...
Here's the thing. Don't wear a cowboy hat. Don't sit at the front.
I know. Because I remember once I had a bad experience there. Like, because we went to the Comedy Store in town. And like a load of us went out. And it was like... One of my mates had a few. And he started like heckling. Not heckling, but trying to join in. You know, with the jokes and that. And my mate, I love him, right? I've known him for years, but he ain't that funny. And he was like... And he pissed off on the comedians. So then every comedian came on was like picking on us.
And well, there you go. That's not... if you just go there, shut the fuck up and enjoy the show, you're fine.
And I'm not... You know, I think I can get away with saying this. I may or may not have had a load of sniff. So I was getting a bit paranoid by this point because it felt like they were talking to me and ripping the piss out of me. So I didn't enjoy it. And then at one point, I think after the show, this is how bad it was, I went to one of the comedians and told him that I didn't say it. Like, you know, like, yeah, mate. Because I tell you, it wasn't me that called you a dickhead. And he was like, right, all right, nice one. So yeah.
On me, please. Solo on me. Don't do drugs, kids.
So that was my experience to go to the Comedy Store, and I don't think I've been back since. I went to Jongleurs once in London, That's like the Cockney version, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, that can fuck off then, can't
Yeah,
it?
it was proper Cockney-fied as well. It was. I'm trying to think who was on there who you might have seen. It was that guy. Do you ever watch Johnny Vegas? Was it Johnny? Not Johnny Vegas. Johnny Vaughan when he had his comedy show, his sitcom. Oh, do you not remember? I thought a kid of the 90s. Is it Ricky Grover?
I don't fucking know. I did like Johnny Vaughan. Johnny Vaughan was all right on a Big Breakfast.
Oh, he was mint on the Big Breakfast. There was him and Kelly Brook, wasn't there?
Yeah, Denise went out on earlier doors. Kelly Brook weren't great on it. And
What?
I'm a fan of Kelly Brook.
You are a fan of Kelly Brook.
But
you're a big fan of her acting.
yeah.
Yeah. And her presenting skills.
Or something.
Yeah.
But, she was shit on Big Breakfast.
She wasn't there to,
Do you know what Denise Van Outen was
entertain
good at?
or
Denise
amuse
Van
us
Outen's
all.
a bit of eye candy, but she's fucking smart and switched on, and she was a black belt in sarcasm.
Yeah.
And it carried.
Yeah.
And Lisa Tarbuck was good as well. Like
Yeah,
she was entertainment.
Yeah.
And then they got Kelly Brook on, and we know why, right?
Yeah.
But fuck me, did someone have to spell it all out for her?
It was like having the female version of Jack Grealish presenting something on it. It was just like, because I remember there was a couple of times. There was one, I remember this. There was one where.
And Johnny Vaughan's a smart fella as well.
He's very quick, he's very witty, and he's very.
So some of
intelligent.
his one-liners just did not bounce
didn't
at
land
all.
at all. There was one where she had to put something on a map, and they told her like there was like a map of Great Britain. Sorry, I will get to this in a minute. A map of like Great Britain, and they said, "Oh yeah, it's in Kent or wherever." Put it on there, and no, she didn't have a clue. She was literally like hovering somewhere around Wales. It was painful, but she had other talents.
Amen, brother.
Anyway, hang on a minute. What's this say? Can we cue dramatic music? Public service announcement. Okay, there we go. It's not a bird. It's not a plane. It's the most revolutionary ball trimmer the world has ever seen. Why has that got a question mark on? I think that should be a statement.
Oh, come on, man. They've absolutely fucking Ron Burgundy.
They have, haven't they?
The one the world has ever seen.
Seen? I'm Ron Burgundy. Gentlemen, our friends at Manscaped have been working night and day to bring you below the waist grooming experience like no other with a brand new, and I have been waiting for this for what seems like an eternity. I love my Performance Package 4.0. And I just thought we'd hit the pinnacle, we'd hit the roof, the ceiling. There was nowhere else to go. Well, Manscaped dared to dream, Stephen, because they have got the brand new Performance Package 5.0 Ultra featuring the Lawnmower 5.0. No more of that 4.0 stuff now. It is 5.0, yeah.
Jesus Christ, where are they going next?
I know, you can't imagine, can you? I'm at a loss. Yes, everyone knows how scary it is when you get you're doing your bits and it doesn't work out and you're nicking all that stuff. Well, you don't need to worry about that with the 5.0. You've got the anti-skin safe technology, anti-chafing technology, the skin safe technology. You've got the crop soother toner. You've got the crop preserver ball toner. You've got the shed travel bag. You've got the Boxers 2.0. All that stuff.
Jay? What have they got now?
Everything you need.
They've got dual LED spotlights.
Dual?
No longer is it a single, fucking beyond single LEDs.
Oh, bro.
So now apparently it works better on those with different colour skin tones.
Nice, because I have, my bikini line and stuff. So when I'm down there with me,
I mean, to be fair, you do it in the dark.
I do it in the dark,
help
and you know why.
You make a challenge.
Because otherwise, people start asking questions like, what the hell are you doing outside my house, shaving your balls? So that's why I do it in the dark, because then they can't see you, because I'm not stupid. But now I've got the dual LED light, which is just what you need. You've got the weed whacker as well. You've got all that good stuff. You've got your 20% off and you've got your free shipping. There's a link in the description. Using the code Howson. I've said this to you before. When you think of your balls, I want you to think of Stephen Howson, yeah? I do, yeah? Use the code Howson. Use the link in the description. 20% off and free shipping. The Lawnmower, the Performance Package 5.0 is here. And a little bird tells me it's almost Christmas, and as you often say, what better gift to give someone at Christmas than Manscaped?
You're all sitting there going, I don't know what to buy. Whoever, right? Whoever's in your life, right? You have no idea what to buy them. Just buy them ball trimmers, because I know there's 7 million men worldwide. It's not a lot of men in the grand scheme of things, right?
Yeah.
There's a good chance you'll come up trumps. And if they go, oh, I've already got that, and you go, oh, well, you've got the 2.0, fuck out of here with your 2.0.
Yeah.
Bosh. 5.0.
Wow. No, exactly. There's no way they're going, I've already got the 5.0. No, they are going to be amazed when they see that bad boy whipped out at Christmas. So make sure you get
And you got to
involved.
remember, you're not hearing this on anywhere else, because Manscaped, It's a crazy marketing strategy that they've had. They only sponsor this one podcast.
They don't do anything else, do they? I've never seen them advertised. People stop me in the street and say, you the guy that does the Manscaped adverts? Yeah. Well, I've never seen
all of
else.
those. How many million men is it now this week?
I don't know. I think it's up to about 9. Well, I've lost count.
Every single one of those is us.
That's a fact. Yeah, there's no evidence to support it, but that is a fact. Go and check
There's
out
no evidence to refute it.
That exactly. So who knows who's lying? None of us. Make sure as well you are hitting like, share and subscribe. Big thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring this podcast. Abhinav Verma is always in the chat, always supporting the channel. Good to see. Says Varane was born in Lille, 10 hours from Montpellier, managed by Ten Hag, Cruyff's club, who lost to United in the 91 Cup Winners' Cup final, along with Montpellier. Good stuff. Notch is in the chat. John Shin's in the chat. John Shin might be coming over here, next year, early next year, January.
What for?
Oh, you went on his podcast, didn't you?
Yeah, it was good.
How long was it?
Did over an hour with him.
I think you even did a bit longer than that, to be honest with you. I think he might have been bragging about the fact that you had you on there for 2.5 hours. And also, you didn't tell him to shut the fuck up once.
Well, I can go back and do that for you.
Can you? Because I was a bit embarrassed when he told me that. I was fuming. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, always good to see John in the chat. Get involved in the chat. Let us know what you think. You know me, Stephen. I don't like to talk politics. But have you seen... I'm not the most DIY type of guy, right?
Yeah, I've seen him hitting an hammer.
What is going on? Why are these people just incapable of pretending to be humans for like...
They're putting in charge of the country.
Like, bro, has no one even worded him up and gone, whoa, yeah. Just
how's none of the because there's, I guarantee behind the camera there's a fucking right load of PR people and hangers on. And not one of them's just gone, whoa, you lot all fucking gone if any of you post him hitting this hammer. Yeah. Like he's just never seen it. Like, well, let's be honest. Look at him. Does he look like he's ever done DIY?
No, he doesn't, does he? He's not that guy.
Also, he's a fucking married to a billionaire. Yeah. Do you think he's ever watched anyone do DIY?
No.
No, because we're not in the same part of the house where the work's going on.
Exactly. That's for the servants in their quarters. They do that. Do you know what I mean? We don't bother with that. But he's literally, I'm just amazed.
It's the most Tory thing I've ever heard of.
Honestly. Do you remember when he tried to pay for his petrol? And he was buying things at the counter? And he didn't realise you had to put your card to the card machine. So he was like, let's say he was buying his cup. He was putting his cup to the card machine. And the shopkeeper was like, no, you can't. And he was like, oh, right, okay. But he's not, I mean, I can't stand Rishi Sunak and, we can lay him. But it seems like they all struggle. Like, even basic functions, like, remember Ed Miliband eating a bacon sarnie? And he looked like a robot. And not a good robot. Not like Arnie in Terminator 2. Like, short circuit style robot.
Yeah, so what's your point on there? What are you stabbing at?
Like, can't these people just get a grip? Can't someone just tell them, like, come on?
Well, do you know what?
Because it's embarrassing, it worries me.
There's a percentage of the general British public that are millionaires, and it's like less than 1, right? Yeah. But the percentage of like MPs, isn't it like 40% of MPs are millionaires?
Honestly.
And that's the House of Commons, by the way. Not the House of Lords, where you would expect a little bit of hoity-toityness.
Yeah.
It's called the House of Lords. The Common, like, where's our Gary? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what I love as well? Now and again, you'll get someone in the House of Lords who is like one of us lot.
Yeah, Angela Rayner.
Yeah. Like, obviously, she's a politician, but I mean, like, in the actual House of Lords now and again.
Oh, the Lords?
Yeah, you'll get someone who's given, like, not very often, but you get the odd one.
Only if Boris Johnson's banged your man, maybe.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? If you used to have a peerage, you know what title would you go for? Because you can choose it, can't you?
Can you?
Yeah.
What area?
So you can be like Baron.
Oh.
Baron, Mottershead of Eccles. That kind of thing.
Eccleshire,
yes. I'll have that. Lord Motti of Eccleshire. Right, I'm having that one, mate.
I'm going to go...
Yeah.
I'll go Baron Stephen Howson of Droylsden upon Medlock.
Oh, love that. Mate, I need to see you in all your gams getting introduced. It's now Baron Stephen Howson of Droylsden upon Medlock. He is here. Get involved in the comments in the chat. Jay Ste says, afternoon, Jay. Afternoon, Steve. Mind you don't slip your cherry Pepsi Max on me, Jay. Okay. Santa Not says, I know of upper class people who don't know how washing machines work.
Yep, can believe it.
Yeah, I can. Do you know what? I can believe there's upper class people who don't know how a microwave works. Do you know what I mean? Because they just live such a far removed life from what is actual reality. And the scary thing is, loads of them are actually in charge of making decisions. 20 Legends says, City's legal defence spending should count towards FFP. The millions they're spending, probably spending billions, to be honest with you. They've just got unlimited money and they're just going to keep spending until it goes away, which it probably will eventually. Smash the like, says Jays Parker. Yes, I agree. Smash that like. Make sure you are smashing a like button. If you're not doing as well, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. And also, I just want to give you a little reminder that me, Ste, McCullough, Joe Smith, and Ste and McCullough's new Bezzy, Wes Brown, are going to be in Dublin on the 28th of December. Having another event. We did one last year. It was mint. We had Chucky on it. This time we've got Wes Brown. Can't wait. So make sure you can get over there. You can join us on the 28th of December.
Might have John O'Shea. Fucking Wazza keeps it up.
I know, that's mad, ain't it? Yeah. Well, let's be honest about what's going down here, because anyone who was paying attention will have seen us saying that we were doing it with John O'Shea.
Yeah. So we had John O'Shea.
God, there's no point in hiding it.
Oh, it's the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
We had John O'Shea. John O'Shea in Dublin. You only topped that with Roy Keane.
Yeah, you do.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's genuine.
Yeah. I think if you was in Cork, it's Keane or Irwin.
Irwin, yeah. I think Dublin, John O'Shea. And I think John O'Shea's that great sort of person who won the lot, has some great stories, is charismatic and funny, and doesn't do loads of media.
Yeah.
So that, like, Dennis Irwin, who I love, but you see Dennis on quite a few things.
Well, he's always on the tour stuff as well, so you think... and they always do a Q&A. He's probably doing a Q&A every single night he's on tour.
Yeah.
He's done how many?
He's quite professional as well on tour.
Yeah. So like, he's not going to give you the gold stories.
No.
And he's already said them 45 times.
Yeah.
And he's not an after dinner speaker kind of guy. So he's going to be a bit jaded with it. I think you get him in Cork, he brings some of the stories out that he knows the audience. Like somebody I want to play for this lot round the corner, and he's like 10 people in the corner go, fucking
let me have it.
So John O'Shea in Dublin, I was like, fucking sensational bit.
That was so good. Someone as well clocked, because there was about 3 days when we were going to have someone else.
Well, it was, and it was announced, it was confirmed.
Yeah.
And then I spoke about it on a podcast with Ash.
Someone brought it up to me, and because I was talking about it the other day, and someone went, Steve's already told us who it is.
And then as that podcast was being posted, he pulled out.
Yeah.
So we had John O'Shea,
yeah,
and then John O'Shea got a job with Wazza at Birmingham.
And I was so gutted. Like, I think you put it in the chat, and you was like, does this mean John O'Shea? And I was like, what are you on about? Does this mean John O'Shea? Why Wayne Rooney got at Birmingham, not got anything to do with right. He's his assistant.
So then we had Yap Stam, which I was like, mate. Actually, okay.
That when we got Yap Stam, right, me and you were buzzing. It was like, oh my God, that's amazing, Yap Stam.
And then that weekend, Ash was on fucking telly with him. That weekend, as it was all being announced and that.
Honestly, it's all fun. And then we got a message saying, yeah, it's confirmed. And then the next was just need to double check. And then, you get them ones and you think,
might be a problem.
Yeah, and then it was like, we're waiting. And it was like, actually, can't do that weekend. It's like, oh. But then we were like, right, who do we want? Who's our mate? Who we met on tour? Who's a legend? Who's got some mint stories? Wes Brown. Let's try and get him. And we did. And I can't wait, because it's going to be mint. Because like, we was on tour with him. And like, usually when you get people on tour who are working with the club, they're a bit guarded, aren't they? But he's not. And you lot were out in San Diego and meeting up with him and stuff. He's just a top lad.
He had some very well lubricated nights, I believe. In fact, a better way to phrase this would have been, he had a good time.
Yeah, I think that's it to say. Peter Kelly has been a member of the Academy 40 months. Says, looking forward to getting our 5 Premier League titles and 2 Champions Leagues. When City and Chelsea get done for FFP and Barca get done for bribing and doping, mate, you can dream. Ishan Pans.
Imagine no.
What? Imagine if we got loads.
Imagine within like a 6-month period, it went zoink, 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 and we're like, anyway, so now we're on 25, and we did 9 in a row or something. And you'll never win 9 in a row.
I can dream. Like Joe made a point the other day. He went, it's almost like that treble is a bit like Schrodinger's treble. It's like it is a treble, but it ain't at the same time. It's like it's that weird thing. And like one of the lads that was standing with at Old Trafford pointed out about that when City came to Old Trafford. He said, I think even they feel a bit like that, because they didn't go on about it like you would do. If you've just won a treble, and the only other team in England that's done that is your rivals, and then you go to their stadium
as the holders of one.
Yeah, you're not going to shut up about it. Yet they barely mentioned it. And I wonder whether there's a bit of like
Schadenfreude.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, so I won't be surprised.
Fucking mint if it was though, wouldn't it? It's anyway, this Barcelona team was doped up to fuck. That City have just been fucking lying through the teeth about this, that and other. And yeah, we actually looked into everything that's going on with Chelsea. So Manchester United were champions from 2006.
2006. We came second in
five. We'd be five.
Did we know we were third in 5, weren't we?
Were we?
Yeah, we were second in 6. We won it for 3 years. We were second in 10. We won it in 11.
It's
we were
plenty in a row.
We were second in 12. We won it in 13. So there's all that. So that's like
it's enough.
Yeah, that's like 8 years, whatever.
It's probably one good night out.
Then in the mix as well, we lost the Champions League final in 2009 to Barca. We lost it in 2011 to Barca, so we can have them. We won it in 2008, obviously. So that's 3 out of 4 that in that period that we've won it. Then you go forward a little bit. We came. I still can't believe this happened. It doesn't feel real. We came second under Jose in 2018, and we came second under Ole in 2021.
Oh yeah, so we might actually get them thrown in the mix as well.
Yeah. So we could end up, like you're saying, with about 25, 26 titles, if the cards fall our way, which would be phenomenal. Forgive us because we are speaking a little bit about football. And before we wrap up, I do want to talk a little bit more about football. If you just join us, me, Jay Motti, and Stephen Howson. Steve, don't know if you've heard, there's this rumour doing the rounds that Sir Jim Ratcliffe could be getting involved in Manchester United. I don't know if you have heard that.
No one said out.
No one said much. I know you've not spoke about it. You've not done any videos on it or what this new structure could look like. But if you're Sir Jim, right, or if Sir Jim rings you, which he might do, and he says, right, Stay, I'm getting involved in United, I'm taking over the football side of things. Why are you looking at it like this has happened? What's my priorities? What do you think the 3 priorities for Sir Jim Ratcliffe should be when he comes into this club? If he comes in, which he's looking like he is going to, because every journalist says he is, and if he isn't, we're going to do a lot of videos. What would be your 3 main priorities for Manchester United?
It looks like he's on with number 1,
which is
sort the front of office out.
Yep.
So those in charge of football operations.
Yep.
Is the most important thing, because the most important thing in a football club is recruitment, right? That is the hands down most important thing. As we've seen, like Sir Alex has shown you, when you haven't got the right team, you ain't winning fuck all. No. It took him a good while to get here, to turn it all around, to get it right, then get his team playing the right way. Recruitment trumps everything, right? If you've got a good team, you can do some good bits if you're a good manager, right? So you got to get the recruitment structure right. None of this, like I did a video earlier where I was looking at like that final transfer window under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and you dissect it again now and you go, Ole wanted Haaland and Caicedo.
Yeah.
And Ole got Varane, Sancho, Ronaldo. We know Sancho was a club target. I don't know if it was one that came across Ole's desk and he went, okay. Or I just don't know the circumstances. He might have been all for it. He might have been against it. It might have been 50-50. I just don't know is the answer to that. I know he knew nothing about Ronaldo coming.
Yeah.
And he was like, there you go. There's a Cristiano Ronaldo. See you next week. So I know that was something he had to deal with.
Would it be too far of a stretch to say you knew about as much about Ronaldo going, if not a bit more than he did?
Possible.
Like, I'm not being funny, and I think it kind of like got out there a little bit what was going on and who knew and who didn't, and we know you're close to, who you know.
What he said about it, like Rio, basically, like Ronaldo was on his way to City, and he rang Rio and was like, United won't fucking talk to me.
Yeah.
And Rio rang Woodward and went, he's about to sign for City, don't you? And he went, we thought they were bluffing, leave it with me. A handful of hours later, he's a United player. So at what point is that no point in that did Woodward go, let me go wake Ole up?
No.
They just did it.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it's mental to suggest that Ole was told. I know he might have got the word out before the graphic designer got it, but it would have been, here's what's happening, rather than, would you like to rubber stamp this?
Was there a touch of that with Donny van de Beek signing? Because it felt a little bit like, doesn't it?
The way he just didn't play him.
Yeah, like it felt a bit like Fred for Jose sort of thing, like you've got this midfielder and he's like, really? Yeah, so, sorry, front of house, getting someone in.
Yeah, so I think the important thing obviously is recruitment. You get that right, and you get the people that have actually got football decisions, that are making football decisions for football decision reasons, rather than the tail wagging the dog the way it is now with the commercial department dictating who we sign, where we go, and every other sort of decision out there. So I think you get the front of office right, and everything else will start to fall into place, because then it'll start to be run by football priority, which is the big thing. So you get the front of office appointment right, and start acting like something that prioritises the football as part of the football club, rather than because even the commercial priority that we do makes no sense to me, because you're like, well, just look at City's revenue for last year. It's the record revenue. Why is it the record revenue? Well, I don't know if you noticed, they won a few games.
Yeah.
And that kind of leads on to commercial success. So why don't we try win more games and see what happens?
Kieran Maguire said that. We had him on the podcast years ago. Well, whenever he's come on it, he says that. You know, commercially, if you want to be more successful commercially, win things.
Win shit, yeah.
Who do you want your brand associated with?
Winners.
You
talk about the engagement. Here's the best tweet United could ever... Like, you will never get more retweets than 21 and a photograph of the league title and Bruno, whoever's captain at the time, lifting it.
Yeah.
You want retweets? That's going to get retweeted to death. There you go.
Even more so than a new noodle sponsored tweet.
He'll edge it.
Yeah.
But I think my money's on that.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? So that you want engagement.
Look at the Scousers. And it pains me to say it, but they didn't win anything for so long or anything of note. And then when they won that title, even though they couldn't celebrate in the stadium, like commercially, everyone's involved, because it's like it's such a massive story, and it's
exactly.
you know, unfortunately they've got a few fans.
So the first thing that he needs to do is to sort the front of office. The second thing he needs to do is to sort of connect the fans, because right now, to a lot of people's eyes, he is Glazer number 7.
Yep.
He's just sitting alongside them. Him being as part of the board enables them to stick around. Now, whether that's the truth or not, and I suspect he's got an exit strategy for them. It might even be in the contract that we haven't, there's all sorts of stuff. But I think what he has to come out and do, and unfortunately, he's got to be political. Everyone wants him to come out and go, listen, I'll get rid of these fucking rats rapid, watch.
Yeah, he can't do that.
But he's not going to do that because it'll be, part of the fact he's got to try and work with them. He's got to go into a meeting and be like, yeah, I called you a rat.
But, it's just our nickname for each other, isn't it?
So, he's going to have to play it political. And that's going to piss some people off, because he's not going to be able to tell you exactly what he thinks.
No.
And a lot of people, for some reason, expect him to come out and batter them. And I guarantee you he ain't going to do that. He's going to be super political, and he's going to piss off so many people off by being, thank you for the custodianship of the last 18 years and this, that and the other. We hope that we can... I don't even know how he's going to say it and not piss him off.
Yeah.
Because if he just tells the truth and goes, and even if he does it in a nice way, we could have been better in the last 18 years. They're going to go, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I think you've almost got to word it like, football now is changing, so we've got to change now.
Yeah.
With football, not it changed 20 years ago. We just didn't change with it because we were run by a bunch of idiots. Yeah. Something like that. I get your point, though. And there is going to be fume on socials, especially people going, oh, he's a Glazer stooge, why aren't he calling him out? But for the reasons you've said,
yeah, and that's
can't.
Guaranteed to happen.
But you're saying there's a victory there to be had with communicating with fans.
Talk to the fans, because them lot never have. No. The only time they ever think it was when we caught with their hand with the cookie jar when they were trying to do the European Super League.
We had to get a game postponed for that. We had to get a game postponed for them to go, all right, we'll do a Zoom call with you. That was it, like literally.
Which still hasn't happened, has it?
No, they did one. I think they did one in 1 or 2 in 2 years. And I remember like speaking to Ian Sterling, got arrested him about it, and he was like, they just lied to us.
Yeah,
they did it because we got the game postponed, and they were like panicking. They're like, if they do this every week, we can't function as a football club. We need to give him something. All right, we've dropped out of Super League, but everyone has, so it's not even a thing anymore. Let's say we'll have a dialogue with you. We'll have regular meetings.
So if Jim Ratcliffe wants to be seen as different, you've got to actually engage fans in a meaningful way. You can't pay lip service to it, and you can't do one Zoom call every 2 years. That's not going to work. You need to actually engage fans. And I thought Richard Arnold was a step in the right direction. I mean, the ball's on the guy. I have a lot of respect for him for doing that. He rocks up and goes, a load of dudes turn up at his house, and he goes, meeting the booze around the corner. Yeah. I'll get around it.
Yeah.
He did not have to do that.
No, I was having this conversation the other week with someone. It's the same thing, like, he didn't, you're right. He could have just got off or rang the old bill.
Rang the fucking old bill,
yeah. Like, they would have got, like, those lads would have got nits or carried off, and then that would have been the end of that. But he spoke to them, and, you can argue whether it was a good idea in terms of what he said or whatever, or whether they should have filmed him, but he did it.
Yeah, I respect him for doing that.
Yeah.
Whether or not he keeps his job on the back end of this, looks like not, but I definitely respect him for doing something different in that sense, because Woodward would never have done that.
Well, Woodward, I think you spoke to Woodward, didn't you? You bumped into him, Macca bumped into him over the years, and like, look, chat to us, come and do an interview.
He told me he would.
Yeah, and he said the same to Macca, 8 years after you spoke to him.
Yeah, I think it's genius how he fucking filled it, because he was like, he's like, who my secretary is?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. And he went, speak to them. I'll tell them I'll do it.
Yeah.
I went, sweet. And you think, well, he said he'll do it now. I take people at the word because I'm a man of my word.
Yeah, I know.
If I say I'm doing something, I'm doing it, right?
I feel that.
Whereas my guy,
no.
It's the ultimate calm you down, fuck you off.
Yeah, he did the same to
Do you know what?
McCullough.
Yeah,
Same thing when he saw him
sure.
after you had a few years later. Same thing. I knew who he was. I know. Yeah, I know. Full-time Devils it was. Yep, I'm gonna come on. Same thing didn't materialise.
Totally placate you.
Yeah, and then it's like just
delete that email when it lands.
Which is just pathetic. So you've got sort your front of house out. I'm gonna get to. There's a couple of questions before we wrap up, and also communicate with the fans. What's the third and final priority?
Make Manchester United cutting edge again. Whether that's with the stadium, whether that's with the training ground, whether that's just a philosophy that we adopt.
Yeah.
You know, people forget how important. Sir Alex gets like zero credit for this. Bringing in the likes of Prozone into Premier League football.
Yeah.
The first Prozone in the Premier League was Old Trafford.
Yeah.
You know, the first time it was used in the Champions League was Manchester United. You know, one of the reasons that we beat Juventus was by the fact that we used Prozone to see the average sort of areas that Inzaghi made his runs. And they used that data. So there's a point where the guy that... They did a deal. So this guy come and pitched it to Fergie. And I think he pitched it to Fergie. Fergie liked the look of it. Pitched it to Steve McLaren, who liked it. Who pitched it to Fergie. He liked it. And he said, go and speak to... I think it was David Gill and Martin Edwards at the time, and they'll sort it out. Martin Edwards, now this is a negotiator. Because by the way, under recent regimes at United, they asked for 250 grand for a season. United would have probably paid 450 because that's how we negotiate.
Of course.
Martin Edwards went, I'm not paying 250. I'll give you 100 if we win something. So this guy was potentially looking at doing all that work for the year for United for fuck all.
Seriously.
And then he said, the guy that had put it in, he saw Fergie after the first time he saw Fergie after the semi-final against Juventus. Fergie went, bosh, there's 2 tickets to the final.
Oh, mate.
And you're getting paid.
Mate, that's sick. And also, what an advert for what you're doing. Like, you've literally just brought this in to the team that's won the treble.
When was the first time you heard of sleep pods in English football? It was Carrington under Sir Alex Ferguson. They're one of the first instances of they were trying to get hold of good sports nutrition and like all of the stuff that Wenger got a load of credit for doing, changing the attitudes of English football. He didn't change the attitudes of English football. He changed the attitudes of Arsenal.
Yeah.
Manchester United were already doing that.
Yeah, and Arsenal was a mess when he got there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, they were like, United were in the mid-80s, in the mid-90s,
Yeah.
with a drinking culture, with players getting nicked and fighting.
Yeah,
and
what's the pre-match meal? Full English fry-up or a fucking steak, whatever.
And he's like, well, let's
have pasta and chicken.
Yeah.
But United were already doing that years before.
So you want to see United getting back to that?
Just be cutting edge, yeah. So it's just a cutting edge philosophy, just a desire to be better. I think rather than follow, lead.
Rather than follow lead, I think that's a good place to wrap it up. Just finally, one question coming in from Twitter legend who's been a member of the Academy for 50 months. Steve, why do you want Paul Mitchell over Michael Edwards? And that is a
Wasn't
good question.
Michael Edwards one of the ones that was like the Barini and fucking what's it era?
Right, well there you go. There's your. There's your
I don't know.
there.
I've wanted Paul Mitchell for years and I'm stubborn. So
well, I think if you wanted him for years, now isn't the time to suddenly change your mind.
when he might be, when he's probably on the loading platform.
Yeah, that guy I've been banging on about for the last 5 years. Now he's about to sign for us. I don't want him anymore.
I fucking can get close to him. So let's just fucking let it happen and see what Stevie can find out.
Yeah, there you go. Inside info. Hey, brilliant. Love it. Big thanks to Manscaped sponsoring this podcast. Big thanks to Steve. Big thanks to everyone who got involved in the chat and the comments. Make sure you are hitting like, share, and subscribe. This has been The Brew. I've been Jay Ste. Thanks for watching.